Powering up essential systems. Booting root C/audio logs. Reviewing previous data cells. Repairing audio files. The Battle of Rex's Gate, Part 1.
From where we last left off of the Rex in the front of the whole platoon, the army, the ginormous army of 70 Crimson Cobras on their ripping and raring motorbikes, dressed in as much red as they possibly can. Rex and Reptile is up at the front of the pack with Amy right beside it. Bravo, I think, is somewhere in the middle, and Dr. Dice is in Reptile. I believe that sounds correct.
Am I in my van alone?
Yes, Carter and Dahlia have opted to stay back at the camp of the Crimson Cobras.
All right.
As your army crosses over the ridge and sees the city sprawling before you and the glittering wreckage of what used to be the rest of Pittsburgh, you see an army of black-clad people. You're estimating somewhere in the range of like 150 to 160 of these people are arrayed before you. They're not 100% lined up like exactly one for one where you are, but it's very clear that they were expecting someone to come.
Oh boy.
So how's the radio situation up here?
I think we can talk to each other, but I don't think our radio system allows us to easily communicate with any other of our allies.
Now you guys do have a fair number of radios from the secret cops of New Pittsburgh, so you could definitely disseminate those if you needed.
Oh, we do have a bunch. Well, we can give one to Amy, for sure. And probably just to others around.
Rex is just gonna hit the brakes and bring Reptiles to a screeching halt.
I'll hop on the radio and say,
it seems like they were expecting us?
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh man, there must be like over 100 of them.
I don't think I've ever seen a group of people this big in one place.
Well, that puts a little bit of a damper on the plan, but there's really not much turning back now, I don't think.
I want to read a charge. Is this charged yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I want to read a charge.
Oh yeah.
I want to read a charge situation. First off, do they see us?
It's hard to tell. You have to assume that they've seen you. I mean, you have the roar of 70 motorbikes. Reptile is not a quiet vehicle. You've got headlights as the sun has been getting down. It's been getting darker. But they don't make any move to like approach you. They're not as of right now starting the fight.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna read a charge situation, and that's one of the moves that I advanced.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's a 7.
Alrighty, you get to ask one question.
Where's my best way past?
So, your best way past them is to go around them. You survey the land. You pop out of your sunroof and just look at the expanse before you. You see that the army of New Pittsburgh is on foot. Every single one of you is mobile, is mounted. You can get around them really easily. They may outnumber you, but they can't outpace you.
because we're coming from, which direction are we coming from again?
You were coming from the east.
Okay.
Kind of the northeast corner of the map, heading southwest towards the city.
What are all the bikers doing now that we've come to a stop? Have they stopped too?
Yes. Yeah, the bikers have stopped behind you. The ones that can see what's going on are not too pleased, but a good majority of them are just holding ranks behind you, revving the bikes occasionally and shouting up about why they stopped.
So you say we're coming from the east. Are we going downhill?
Yes. or you will once you get
And-
moving. You're at the top of a hill.
Remind me again, the situation. So you said the best way is around them?
Yes, so your best way past this army is to just go around them. They will not be able to keep up with you.
So that they're all on one side of the city then?
Yes.
I get on the radio.
Rex, I see you stopped. What's happening?
I'm sorry, do you not see the 100 or so guards that are surrounding the city walls? How did this happen?
Yeah, it sucks. But also, this is the entire group of enemies in one spot. This is a chance right here. And I think we can just run them over. Take out the entire enemy all at once.
And I want to roll to seduce or manipulate.
On me?
Yeah. Because here's what Bravo wants to happen. Bravo wants all the bad guys to take out each other. So I'm trying to convince Rex that this is the best option, is to do an all-out attack all at once. Bandits versus forces of oppression. Even though it's going to probably cause a lot of deaths among his girlfriend's gang. And I just rolled a 12. So that's a 13. I'm looking at the advanced moves though. There are advanced options for an NPC when you're doing it to an NPC, but there's no extra advanced thing that'll happen. It's just that
I don't think there is an advanced move for persuading a player character, because there's really you can't do much more than the carrot. Yeah, otherwise you're not playing. You can't do much more than offering the carrot and the stick.
Yeah. So if you go along with me, you will mark experience, and if you refuse, you will need to erase one of your stat highlights for the remainder of the session.
I'm erasing my sharp. I'm not doing this.
No way. They're outnumbering us and they've got some serious firepower there. We need to divert and distract. Split them up into separate ways. Distract some of them. Go past the others and just barge straight into that wall while they're preoccupied with our bikers.
So we're leaving half the group here? I say if you're leaving half the group, that half's not gonna fare well. Better chance just to all-out assault all at once.
I disagree with that, because then they're going to need to send some people inside the city to actually do things such as defend against the force inside the city.
Are there more inside the city? There can't be that many.
If there aren't any inside the city, our job's going to be really easy.
Yeah, right until they come back in.
And what, they're gonna do something about their dead leader then, are they?
I'm just saying, fighting in the streets is gonna be a lot messier. It's gonna take a long time. Here we have a chance to, end the problem all at once.
Not a chance.
I pop out of the roof of Reptile and address the crowd of bikers.
Listen up, everyone. They've got a full force outside of here if you can't see it. We need to get inside of that city and do a fast job here before they have time to reorganize. Want half of you guys to go that way to try to distract them, take out as many as you can. The other half of us are gonna blow past, try to get through that wall over there. You see that hole? That's our way in. We can get past them, and we can then go straight to the main place and take out the leader.
They have no reason to not believe you. You hear kind of a whoop and a holler go up from him, and you hear a lot of motorbikes revving at once. Amy shouts, and she goes, "Alrighty, you sorry SOBs, let's wipe them out."
Rex pops back in and he revs the engine.
All right, we're doing this.
Alrighty, so if I'm not mistaken, what your plan is, you're going to split the forces of the Crimson Cobra in half, and you're going to go on opposite sides of where the force is currently standing, try to force them to split their attention.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So to answer the question of how the Battle for New Pittsburgh goes, we're going to use a mechanic that I should have been using the entire time we've been playing this game, but haven't.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's very simple. It's called a countdown clock. Basically, much like your health is denoted by a clock, I have made two clocks, one for each not each win condition, but one for the conditions of the battle. One being that New Pittsburgh falls, and the other that the Crimson Cobras are destroyed.
Oh.
Now, those clocks will be public knowledge. I'm not going to hide anything about it. However, the thing with a countdown clock is that NPCs cannot influence them. So, The Crimson Cobras are a smaller force attacking a fortified city. So we have like a really brief discussion. I'm thinking right now is that 5 segments for the Cobras are destroyed, 8 to completely and utterly cripple the city.
Yeah.
Basically, how this will work is that as you guys go through and attempt to do stuff, depending on how important it is and whether or not you succeed or fail, we'll add a mark to one of these clocks. You can take actions to try. You can also take actions to try and hinder New Pittsburgh. They may not explicitly help the Cobras win, but they may clear a section of the clock, if you catch my drift.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So,
Question.
answer.
The laser tank things that I saw the schematics for, do I see any of those among this army?
You don't see any vehicles as of right now.
Okay.
This army is comprised solely of people.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
Rex floors it.
Alrighty.
Dice is along for the ride, so she's just.
I hope you're gripping those armrests.
Oh yes.
White knuckle.
I hope you got your gun
armrest,
ready.
Like, if she's gripping the armrest, she's not got a gun. No.
What?
She's ready for battle.
One hand white knuckling the dashboard, the other holding a 22.
Out the window, like, who's ready?
You better be ready. All right, let's roll. Like, I'm flooring
Already.
it. We're going.
Bravo, you have your own car. You can do whatever you'd like. I'm going to assume you follow Rex and Bravo and Dice unless stated otherwise. Sound good?
Yep, I'm going towards Rex's gate as well.
Perfect. So, Rex, you floor it. You get a squad of about 25, 30 of the Crimson Cobras. The bulk of them are swinging around to the right to try and give you a diversion. But you take you and your squad and you shoot left, heading towards the hole in the wall that you're very familiar with, Rex's gate as it has been coined. And as you approach with your screaming horde of vehicles, you hear an explosion and see puffs of smoke start to rise from each of the watchtowers as you get closer and closer to them and eventually past them. Rex, to navigate your way over to Rex's gate without sustaining damage, you will need to deal with bad terrain.
Good thing I've got +1 handling.
Yep. When you deal with bad terrain, roll plus cool plus your vehicle's handling.
Okay. That is a 14. That is a 15.
Ooh.
I genuinely rolled 2 6s.
Booyah. Okay, so on a 10
Dang,
plus.
too bad that doesn't count as a basic move.
Yeah. On a 10 plus, you fly through untouched. So you are able to make it to the point where you can get a very clear visual read on Rex's gate.
He's like weaving his way through. There's like occasionally explosion to the left or the right where he'll be like turning at the last second. He's like laughing maniacally at this. He probably runs a guy over.
Just one guy who's strayed a little too far in the back. Don't worry, guys, I got him.
Well, I mean, hey, presumably someone was kind of nearby and slightly en route.
Oh, absolutely.
What I want to know is what's Dice doing?
Internally screaming.
Are you shooting at anyone? Rex kind of shoves her pretty hard on like the shoulders, like do something.
I think the initial shock is like her going like, oh geez, and then finally once Rex kind of shoves her, she goes, oh right, she leans out the window and starts shooting. Pew pew pew.
Meanwhile, Bravo is not taking the more direct path to be able to run people over. I'm taking a little bit more of a rounded path so that I'll be outside of the rocket fire for longer.
Okay. Would you like to roll a deal with bad terrain as well, since you're kind of straying from the group?
Yes, I would.
I'll give you a +1 because Rex crushed it.
Assisting without assisting.
Okay. 7, and then handling is... What did you just say the handling was?
It's probably 1. It might be 0. What did you choose? You chose 2 armor, so your handling is 0.
Okay, then I got a 7 for that roll.
7. Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you choose 1. 1, you slow down and pick your way forward. 2, you push too hard and your vehicle suffers harm as established. Or 3, you ditch out and go back or try to find another way.
As I see that going the longer route is just going to cause me more problems, as I try to pick my own way, I realize this isn't going to be worth it. I'm gonna take the risk and stay with the group rather than getting left behind and trying to go past the rocket fire completely on my own.
You try to take your own way, avoid danger and harm, considering the fact that since the last time your vehicle has been damaged, we really haven't stopped to fix it.
Ah, yes. Forgot about that.
Yeah, your engine's not doing super hot, technically speaking. Anyways, that was like somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 hours ago. So, yeah, so you ditch your idea of going your own way and end up at the very end of Rex's caravan.
All right. At some point, I would like to do something stupid, so just let me know when it's a good time.
Oh, always.
It's always a great time to do something stupid. But before we do something stupid, Dice, Rex is just hurtling pell-mell through the rubble of the city, avoiding explosions and mortar fire and gunshots, just swerving left and right. Reptiles crawling over everything and just speeding through. The Crimson Cobras are right behind you, and you are stuck in the passenger seat.
She literally is hanging on for dear life and warding off any other like enemy gunfire.
Yeah, you're shooting people.
I'm shooting people out the window. So
Nice.
she's just along for the ride, really.
So Rex, you're able to get within distance of the gate that you can very clearly see it. Hastily patched does not begin to describe this thing.
It's got like a piece of tape on it. Like the yellow tape. Do not cross.
Yeah, there's like wood leaned against the hole, and there's this yellow tape flapping in the breeze. You can't read. There seems to be some sort of like text or script on it, but you don't know what it says. Considering the fact that the last time you launched a grenade at this wall and blew it apart was maybe 16 hours ago. Maybe they have not yet fixed it. However, there are people here because, well, they can't have a concrete wall. They can have manpower at least.
Let's see. It's not that hard to drive with one hand, right?
No, not at all.
Okay. How hard is it to drive with one hand while kind of leaning out the window a bit?
We're starting to get into the area where you may need to act under fire.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the act under fire part.
Yeah.
I'm just tiptoeing lightly here. So we're on step 2. Step 3 is that I'm holding my gun, shooting out the window.
We're definitely going to need to act to fire.
Okay. Wait, act 2 fire?
That isn't a thing.
Okay, I was like 2 under fire rolls? I'm not against that. I just want to make sure.
No, you're not stunned. We're not going to do 2, but you definitely, because I presume your objective is to blow up the hole in the wall again.
It's just tradition at this point.
Yeah.
You know what? I was just gonna use my SMG, but you bring up a really good point. Can I kind of instead of that actually? Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab Dice actually. I'm gonna kind of like throw her into the driver's seat while I kind of half get up and I yell at her, "Floor the gas."
I was gonna say, can Dice help by like grabbing the steering wheel, maybe?
If you want, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna kind of pop out from the top with the grenade launcher.
Ready. I'm ready for it.
This is beautiful. Dice, act under fire.
Ooh, can we both act under fire at the same time?
Sure.
Okay. 10.
6. On brand!
Can I help somehow?
No, I don't think so. She's only rolling under fire because of your actions. Oh my gosh.
Becca, the one time I need you.
Don't have me act under fire. Have we not learned anything about Dice?
So, Rex, you yell at Dice, just grab the wheel, gun it. You rock it up, flip the lid open on your car, aim the grenade, and right as you're about to pull the trigger, the car jerks to the right as Dice desperately tries to get control and squeeze through the cramped car to somehow not just immediately lose control of the vehicle and plow headlong into a building. Dice, you do not have control of the car, but it is not yet out of control, if you catch my drift.
Okay.
Rex,
so...
you fired at the wall, but did not hit your target. We're kind of splitting the difference between them. You were successful, she completely failed. So, middle of the road, you're not dying, but you didn't accomplish what you wanted.
Okay, let me...
Bravo, you see, after doing so well and navigating this literal minefield. The car just like Rex pops out of the top and is just starting to become like the inflatable man at a used car lot as Dice tries to get control of the reptile.
It's so good.
Oh, boy.
I should have let you use the grenade launcher, but that's no fun.
She might have been more successful.
Cramping my style.
I'm trying to figure out what I can do.
You can steer right.
No. Well, there's one of two things that I could try to do. So, and that's just grab the wheel again, or.
So you are holding the wheel. You just don't have control.
I'm holding the wheel. I just don't have a control of the car. Okay. So.
Your cool is +0, right?
It is actually +1 now. Thank you. It used to be a -0. It used to be -1.
You still failed that.
Yes. I don't want to talk about it. I can't just do something under fire again to try to get a hold of the vehicle.
You can. We just have to describe it as something narratively different, such as like if you're trying to squeeze, like, because basically what I interpreted it as last time. You can correct me if I'm wrong, and if we need to retcon, we will.
Yeah.
The sunroof thing is in the center, so Rex just kind of stands up and is like more or less standing where the center console would be. And because Reptile is labeled as a cramped vehicle, there's really not enough room for you to easily like squeeze by him without knocking him over.
Well, please, she can't knock me over.
I mean,
but no, I agree with you. It is cramped in there.
Yeah, and so just within these confines, what I have right now is kind of like you're like face in the windshield, left hand on the steering wheel.
Okay. So I'm like up on the dash just about.
Yeah, and so if you want to do it, you can do another act under fire, but it's that one's basically going to be moving from passenger seat to driver's seat without killing everyone.
Okay, so I don't think there's really anything else I can do except for try to like jump out of the car, but that doesn't sound like a great. I could die just as easily jumping out of the car because it's going so fast. So I guess that's what she's going to try to do is just instead of try and grab the wheel, she's going to now try and maneuver herself into the driver's position and see if she can get there.
Okay. Rex, give me a little bit of description. Where you since you're trying to shoot the hole in the wall, you're heading straight at it, right? Or you were anyways.
We were until our course was suddenly changed direction.
Okay. So Becca or Dice, you're going to do something under fire to gain full control of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
What's at risk is hitting your target.
Don't tell me now, Dice.
Same.
Yes!
Okay, we do need to stop having you roll under fire.
Okay. So Rex, you're in the gunner's seat. You're trying to stay stable so you can get a good shot. You feel Dice squirming around. I'm trying to squeeze between, like, around your legs in the dash as you're getting closer and closer. You are decelerating slowly, but you were moving pretty quick. You're going just right for the wall. 50 feet, 40 feet, 30 feet, 20 feet. The car whips to the left. Your back tires skid out. You miss hitting the wall by about 15 feet. You look behind you. The Crimson Cobras stopped, not like stopped, but like took a left like 50 yards back. They're just kind of circling. Bravo's among them. They're taking shots. They're doing like these loops where they get closer and farther and ebbing so they don't stop moving. They're taking shots at the men guarding this section of the damaged wall.
I'm gonna pop on the radio and go, "Hey, Bravo, make sure you take care of those guards or get some of those Cobras in here with us."
Thank you so much for all of those who have been listening to this podcast. If you would just be able to go and subscribe on whatever platform it is, or share, send us a review or a voice message even on Anchor, that would be wonderful. We love hearing from you and we love to see your feedback, and we want to make sure that you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. That would be a true tragedy. So go ahead and do that. And I think that's everything. So we'll get back to the show now.
long as you make the hole big enough, we'll be coming through. They won't be able to. These guards out here won't be able to keep up.
I mean, motorcycles are smaller than a car.
Yeah, it's going to be more of a question of whether you can get your cars through, not whether the Cobras will get through.
Yeah.
So then, what's our current state?
So your current state is you're in the gunner's gunner's seat. Dice is driving. You just narrowly escaped hitting the wall. Now, when I say the wall, it's just the general vicinity of the area that's boarded up. Especially because you didn't really necessarily have great control of the car before, there wouldn't really be a way to guarantee that you'd actually nail the spot. Because while it will fit your car, it's not like there's a ton of wiggle room. Because the first thing that would go through was you.
So then I can just kind of maybe drive a bit slower through it?
I mean, yeah, you definitely could. You'd need to reposition. You'd have to like loop around and take another swipe at it, but I think you could. Granted, Dice is behind the wheel now, not you.
Not for long. I'm gonna throw her back out of the seat. I kind of point a finger at her, and I'm like, remind me not to let you drive again.
I'm not very good at it.
No. And I'm gonna throw it into, like, I don't know, reverse really quickly or something to try to back up.
I have a couple of questions that will inform perhaps something crazy.
Uh-huh.
How far does the mortar fire reach? Like, I mean, obviously I wouldn't know exactly, but how much would I estimate? Would the mortar fire reach as far out to as where the army is outside the wall?
It absolutely could. 100%.
Okay. I get on the radio, and as Rex is looping Reptile around, I get on the radio and I say,
Hey, okay, I'll give it a try.
and I gun it towards the hole in the wall. And I have a goal. My goal is to get my van stuck in the hole in the wall and block it up.
I hate you.
You're gonna what?
I'm going to try to get my van stuck in the hole in the wall and block it up. That being said, I don't think I've ever rolled well while driving, and I have to use my original cool stat. I can't replace it with weird.
No, yeah.
Which is +0.
Also, you're gonna lose your vehicle.
Yeah. It's also my home.
Also, all your stuff is in it.
As I'm gunning it towards the wall, I take the augury helmet. Even though it's not a real helmet, like for protection, I just put it on to feel safe. Radio's off, and I'm just like speeding towards the wall. I'm like, I'm gonna keep these dang bandits out of this city.
Okay. We're gonna treat this like you're shouldering another vehicle. Now this other vehicle is completely immovable and will not go anywhere. But maybe you can get what you want. So to shoulder another vehicle, or in this case, to ram into a wall and achieve what you would like, as opposed to just, destruction. Roll plus cool.
So I'm gonna roll cool. Okay, please work. Okay, the first one's a 1. This isn't going well. And a 2. So that's a failure. That's just a straight up failure.
Okay, so I'm gonna start doing a deep dive on vehicle harm.
You should do some bee harm too.
Oh no, absolutely.
Some Bravo harm.
Be harm.
Yeah. I can work with this. I think I can work with this. Okay. Bravo, would you consider this ramming or T-boning?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I would consider this both.
You take 3 harm. Well, sorry. We'll do this. We'll do this directly in order. 3 harm plus your car's massive minus your armor. So it's 3.
So the van has 2 armor, and then I have 1 armor. So do I take 2 harm myself?
I am reading more on that real quick. So I'm just going in order of what the rulebook says. So vehicles.
Oh, sorry. Are you telling me the harm that I'm taking or the harm that the van is taking?
So they're not one and the same identically. There's a specific like ratio for blow through. I just haven't reached that section yet. So
okay, sorry.
Yeah, but so the way it works, right, is you would take 5. Your van does have 2 armor, which is good because that's equal to its massive. So we're just taking things one step at a time. So when a vehicle suffers 3 harm, that is serious damage, functional damage affecting multiple functions, but it could be field patched. 2 harm blows through to passengers.
Okay, so it is not functional anymore.
Yes, your car does not drive, is crumpled into a wall, and you take 2 harm.
which is reduced by 1 because of my armor, but I still take 1 harm.
You still take 1 harm. You'll still need to make the harm move.
Okay. Harm move, I roll 2d6 and add the amount of harm, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's a big roll, right when I want it to not happen. So 8 is the total.
How much harm did you have already?
None.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I must have gotten it healed up last session because I know I had taken 1 harm at some point.
I still have 2 harm.
I say we haven't done any healing. We haven't had enough time for that.
Yeah.
Bravo, here's what I think. I think you miss hearing a series of explosions over on the east side where the Crimson Cobras are taking serious losses.
Come on, guys.
Oh, Cobras!
Okay.
Oh, also, just to tickle your fancy, the wall takes some harm too, right? You smashed a car into it. 4 to 6 harm is just severe cosmetic damage. So, many holes. There's a good dent. There's a dent in the wall. The wood covering the hole has fallen over. But that's about it. Wall's still totally 100% structurally sound.
Okay. Can I roll real quick to read a charge situation? Because I'm not in a good spot.
Yeah, you're in a really bad spot. Like, really bad. Go for it.
So I got a 9. So I'll ask you the part that's just kind of a normal question that isn't with the roll. I'm like looking around to see, like, so you said the wood fell down. I'm looking to see how many guards there are on the inside right here. And I'm also gonna say, with the one question I get to ask, where's my best way in? Basically, I want to know what my best way to get inside the city without getting killed is going to be.
This goes to everyone because now it's visible. Through the hole, you can see 2 guards. That's what you can see. You don't know if there's more. Hole's relatively large, but they can be hiding. Now, presuming you don't want to become a corpse, which is generally a valid assumption, your safest way in is going to be with the rest of your crew. In an inoperable car, you're a sitting duck, and frankly, your firepower is nothing compared to the number of guards that are still standing in this area.
Yeah. Okay.
Fish in a barrel, my man. Rex, Dice. Bravo, for whatever asinine reason, just plowed headlong into the wall. He missed. He was trying to. It looked like he was trying to get to the entrance. He missed a little bit. Kind of only got half of it. And his vehicle is crumpled up, cockeyed. Some of the airbags that somehow still worked have gone off.
Guys, I broke my house. It didn't work.
What were you trying to do? Are you okay?
Rex is gonna zoom on over there in the car. Dice, hurry up, throw him into put him on top of you or something. I don't know. There's no room.
I'm gonna just grab him and like help him in, and we're just sitting like really close in the passengers, like on top of each other, basically in the passenger seat.
Now, just for a frame of reference, stopping the car to do this will put you like 20 feet away from 3 guards with guns.
Oh, I thought I hit them.
Well, you did. You hit the ones on the
more
outside of the
running
wall.
over. Okay.
I could try to board it while it's moving, and if Dice tries to help me, Dice can give me the help action. I say,
Don't slow down too much. It's too hot over here. Just Dice, open the door when you get close. I'll jump in.
Okay, so Rex is driving Reptile, correct?
Yeah.
So, Rex, what are you doing? Because as much as Dice and Bravo would like to, do this leaping jump, hands outstretched, it's up to the driver to facilitate that. So what are you doing?
Does Dice relay what Bravo has yelled to do for that plan?
it's through the radio, so you should hear it too.
Oh.
Roll and act under fire, Bravo. Let's see if the radio actually works.
Rex is gonna kill more people than usual.
That's a 14.
Okay, yeah, so somehow, beyond all hope, the radio works long enough for you to get the message out. You get the I've made a bad decision, help, as it buzzes to static and then the radio dies. So you'll get no more communications from this radio.
Since I rolled a 14, and I say it came dislodged and I can take it with me.
No.
Okay.
Functional damage.
Well, he's not dead.
Yet. Bravo. Ugh.
Why did he just do that?
We gotta try to take out a couple of those guards first.
I'm with you.
I'm gonna pop out the SMG, I believe that I have.
Yes. Oh, wait.
I've got it on my sheet.
Wait.
Yeah,
Yes,
SMG.
yes.
All right, we're gonna pop open that SMG and said there's 3 of them.
Yes. So just do a seize by force roll. You have a gang of Crimson Cobras. You outnumber these people like 4 to 1. Like there's no question.
Okay, but what about the rest of the gang? Because I'm a small gang by myself.
Yeah, exactly right.
just joking.
Yeah. It's not a question of will you destroy them all. It's more a question of at what cost, if any. So
That is a 9.
a 9. So you get to choose 2. Of inflict terrible harm, suffer little harm, take definite and undeniable control, or impress, dismay, or frighten your enemy.
Well, I'm definitely going to take little harm, and I want to do extra harm because that's what I like to do.
Okay. So Rex, you pull your SMG out, lean out the window, point your gun at it. You hear the roar of motorbikes behind you as the posse that came with you guns it and catches up to you, and just sheer numbers. These guys are totally and utterly obliterated. They're Swiss cheese. You hear a couple of pings as bullets like clip some of the bits of the metal of your car. Nothing touches you. No damage to anything. These guys did not stand a chance. You're not an idiot, though. You know that if we sit still here for too long, the people on the towers will be able to get a good shot and might be able to take you out. So you got to keep moving, at least relatively.
Oh yeah, I get right back into the driver's seat and start driving on over to Bravo.
Do we find him in the rubble?
You do find Bravo in the wreckage of his van. A little worse for wear. Somehow came out of this pretty unscathed. I mean, he's beat up, banged up, but he's taken worse gunshots before.
As I climb in and cram myself into this car with you guys, I'm like sheepishly like, so that didn't work.
Rex ignores him completely and starts going towards the hole. You can see Rex's face is very, very rage-filled.
Looking around, are there any people on our side on a bike that would have room for a second person? There's not really room for 3 people. Should I get on the back of somebody else?
You will stay here.
Whoa. Calm down, Rex. We needed to make a hole somehow. I tried, it didn't work. I think I've already paid enough for that.
I drive over toward the hole.
Okay, are you intending to drive through the hole or just over to it?
I'm still driving through the hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, I will need you to make a deal with bad terrain roll. It's a little more cramped now that someone tried to drive a van through it and failed.
That is a 10,
Okay, cool. You get through it.
which is a bit worse than the 15 I rolled last time.
Yeah. A noticeable drop in your score. However, it is still a full and unmitigated success. You're able to just you understand how to drive a combat vehicle.
Out of any of these 3 people, at least someone knows how.
Yeah. You're able to thread that needle. There's wood that is just kind of hanging over the edge. It goes splintering and flying. There's a couple of bumps as you go over poor people that were once guards of New Pittsburgh, and the Crimson Cobras come. They narrow up and come shooting in behind you. You all have gained entrance to the city. I will give you 1 wedge on taking over New Pittsburgh.
I'm going to fill that in.
For the record, I am really good at threading different kinds of needles.
And for the record, Matt's not actually angry about anything
Yeah,
happening
this is
right
freaking rad.
No,
Yeah.
this is so good.
This is
Okay, just
this
making
is
sure.
so much
It's
fun.
just like he got mad and just like, pooh.
Alrighty, so you all have just squeaked through Rex's gate and are in what is a very familiar spot of New Pittsburgh.
now. Oh, this old place.
Yeah,
Our old stomping grounds.
Rex's old napping grounds.
Old napping grounds.
Here's the question. Do I want to go back and get my guns first before we drive off to the...
That's definitely an option. You know where you hid them.
Okay, there's a few things I'd like mapped on here. I know where we are now.
Yes.
There's 3 locations. First off, where we hid the stuff.
Okay.
Second, where like that main downtown part is where I know that the leader would be hidden because someone also gave me that knowledge. And the third one, I haven't actually asked this yet. I turned to Bravo and Dice and I go, where were those rebels located?
They were basically the opposite end of the city as us, but only one of them is sure to be in the base right now. The other ones kind of went back to their lives.
Okay, well, that's what I'd like the third location to be marked. All the way over there.
That's 10 on the map. 10 is where the rebels
Oh yeah,
are.
you're right. That's way too far south.
Yeah, they're on the other side of the river.
It's even further.
I'm at the mercy of the driver.
So is Bravo.
Still. So, what's the plan, Rex, now that we're inside?
I need my guns.
And I floor it on over to where we stashed our stuff.
Already, you're in a car. This is very fast and very easy.
Yeah.
This was a city, and the streets accommodate multiple vehicles. In fact, as you're ripping through the streets, you see heads poking out of doorways, lights open, every car. You see a couple of people running back and forth between buildings. It's kind of pandemonium inside the city. It's not dangerous pandemonium. The people are now aware that someone is inside, and they're not being secret this time.
And are the Cobras just following us towards where the guns are stashed?
Could someone just roll me a d6?
Yes.
Okay, so Matt's gonna roll it. Someone else call evens or odds.
Odds.
It's a 6.
It's a 6. Okay. So once the Cobras get in, there's like a couple of them that go with you, but most of them break off to do something else of their own objective. They're inside the city. They got what they want. Maybe it looks like they're trying to go for one of the towers or something. So they're not going with you, but they're not being useless.
As Rex drives, I'm going to, as subtly as I can, but we're kind of cramped. I don't think I'm going to be able to hide this. I'm going to reach up and turn on the helmet.
Okay.
More stupid stuff. Augury.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled an 11.
You know
Bravo.
how players can do stuff to help people?
Yes, you can do stuff to hinder. Hindering is an option. Hindering is an option.
What's the maximum hindrance? 1 or 2?
It's just the inverse of aid.
I never.
You can try to hinder me while driving, but I don't think you still don't know that I'm working against you.
It's true. I don't.
You can.
Yes, but you've also done a lot of stupid stuff in the last 2 minutes.
Rex is already kind of suspicious due to the fact that all of the guards were out there. Not suspicious of you in particular, but the car thing was pretty stupid.
I see. I'm trying to figure, because like I know you said you're trying to do it surreptitiously, and Rex is preoccupied with driving. Do we want to do like an act under fire roll or something to see if he's able to even notice what's going on? Or
I'd be okay with that.
Dice notices as he's reaching up to turn on the helmet, because we're basically on top of each other. There's no way she doesn't see it.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm driving.
I need all the.
Not you, Rex. You keep doing what you're doing.
We need all the help we can get, and I just
What do you?
don't give any more information than that. I
What
just
do you mean by
press
that?
the button.
No. What do you mean by that?
okay, so Dice, if you want to interfere, aka attempting to distract or
This is
break
where
Bravo's
I'm
concentration.
gonna go. Him not answering me is
So you may roll.
We're gonna-
You may roll plus
no.
hex.
okay. I am so mad right now. I rolled a 4. Oh wait. Oh dang. Okay. Question for you. I have this professional compassion. It says you can roll plus sharp instead of hex when you help someone who's rolling.
You're not helping.
I'm not necessarily helping. 4.
Okay. Bravo.
Dice is not having a good day.
As much as
I don't
Dice
think any of
tries
us
to
are having
break
a
your
good day.
concentration, you are able to continue with what you're doing.
Okay. I got an 11. So I am going to choose the option isolate and protect. Oh wait.
Yes. So you do. So you did hit. So you get to pick 1 from the top list and then 2 from the bottom.
So what I think I misread it before. I thought it was isolate or protect a person from the world psychic maelstrom. What I wanted to do is make it so that I can safely, like freely look for information. Would that be open a window into the world psychic maelstrom?
What? Yeah. Why would? Yeah, you would just open your mind, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I suppose
you
I could do
could,
that.
but
I thought
Augury-
that by doing this, I could.
Augury is the difference between
Sorry.
a rifle and a shotgun. Opening your mind as a shotgun, you open your mind at the psychic maelstrom, and you'll get something. But there's no guarantee it's related to what you're looking for. Augury guarantees at least some things.
I'm gonna open a window into the world's psychic maelstrom, and for the 2 options that I got because I rolled over 10. I'm going to say it'll persist for a while without me actively maintaining it, and it's stable and contained, no bleeding.
Okay. So what's your goal? What's your goal with this?
I want to start looking for things. There's a lot of information I want to get, and I wanted to be able to do it safely while, like, I didn't want to have to, like, roll multiple times to open my mind.
So you flick a couple of switches. Oh, everyone in the car sees a ring of lights flashes up on the helmet. You open your eyes and you see bird's eye views of the city. Not one, not two, multiple views of the city from the sky. Dice, as you're looking at Bravo, his eyes have there's no pupil, there's no iris. They've gone stark white. Well, more bloodshot white, but they've gone white.
My brain!
Bravo, as you see from these different perspectives above the city, you see a chain link fence slide open, and this giant cobbled together vehicle. It has not yet had the polishing touches, the finishing little bits of covering put on it, with this ginormous barrel mounted to the top. Roll out of what looks like an old fire station or something. Rolls out on tank treads. You hear it crunching against the asphalt and the concrete as it gets on the pavement and starts to head in a southwestern direction, in the direction of the hole you've breached in the wall. The vantage points start to congregate around this and track it as you go. You hear the flap of wings and you see crows in your periphery, and Dice and Rex. While you don't know exactly what's going on in Bravo's head, you hear the caw of crows, and they begin to circle your van. Bravo, you get the view from two vantage points now. One where the monstrosity of a tank, it's got that experimental weapon is done. You get the other view circling your own car.